Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Hope you had a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in to the Monday Grind. Now it's going to be a bit of a shorter one than last week because last week's show was way too long. I didn't intend for it to end up nearly 40 minutes long, but we were doing the 10 bands still, and because there were a bunch of longer tracks in there and because I just ended up wanging on about a bunch of the bands, it ended up way too long. So I apologize for that. It's too long for a grind show. You know, grind is all about the short blasts. 40 minutes of it with people talking about it for ages is not what it's all about. So today we've got 5 bands to check out, although all the tracks are over 2 minutes long, so it's not just going to be 1 minute blasters again today. The 5 bands we've got are actually super nice. The first band, we love these guys, Shock Withdrawal. This is an official music vid they've got for this one as well, with the band in the video, which is great. This is Pain Absorption Threshold. Let's kick off with these guys. Super nice. Man, I'm so glad that these guys made a video with the band in it as well. I had no idea that these guys didn't have a bassist in the band. But you can kind of guess that. You can kind of, wager it for most grindcore bands because there's so many bands without bassists. But man, these guys, I didn't realize didn't have a bassist because they've still got a massive fat low end in this mix. It's such a great sound to the mix. It doesn't sound just all guitar-y and tinny. They've thought about the low end and based it out still as well within the mix, and it sounds full and massive because of that. But to get that sound from just guitar and that being a 3-piece band is so sick, man. I just love to see that. And you don't see that in any other genre. And no other bands in any other genre are doing it in that way with that kind of makeup. It's so sick. The sound on this one's absolutely great. I love the way as well they brought in the sludgy and doomy elements to it, so you get more than just a grind and blasting edge to the music. Yeah, pretty sure their album is out now. It came out like mid-March, wasn't it? Doesn't say. Yeah, out now. So there you go. I haven't checked out their whole album. We're gonna have to do that at some point, but yeah, that's a nice one. Absolutely love these guys. Been following them for years as well, and I'm really pleased to see that they've popped up in my subscriptions again with a new official video. This is Beaten to Death, one of the sickest grind bands out there. More than just a grind band though. If you want to hear my thoughts on them, I've talked about them a lot over the years. This is their latest one, My Hair Will Be Long Until Death. Here we go. sick. Love the lyrics. Very funny. Man, the sound on this one is absolutely crazy. And I'm going to kind of go off because we're going to talk about this one for a second. If you've heard me talk about this band before, you know I always go on about their guitar sound because they use tele single coils. They dial back the gain to less than what you would normally have in a grind band or a metal band or any kind of band, really. And, you know, it gives them a different sound. They got a twangy, jangly, hardcore-y, mathcore-y sound to them, but with a grind edge to it and blasting. And in this one, they've gone even more down that road, dialed the gain on the guitars back even more to where it's really just crunch now. I wouldn't even call that distortion. It's even a mild crunch, to be honest with you. And when you think there's two guitarists in this band as well, the guitars, I'm going to say they were thin on this, but not in a bad way thin, just thin considering you had two guitarists and so much, you know, kind of guitar work going on within the music, and for what you expect for this music, the guitars were really thin, and it left so much space for the bass, and the bass was actually louder than those guitars, even though there was two guitars, and it gave the sound such a weird kind of clean. It reminded me of the Daughters Canada songs where they just had clean guitars. It wasn't quite that sound, but it was more down that road than kind of distorted guitars, you know. Haven't heard that sound in this kind of music really since Daughters for like 20 odd years now, and it's something I want to hear more of. I think you can actually make crunchy and clean guitars still grinding, you know. It's a mad thing to say, but they can still grind, and the fact that these guys bring in extra elements as well to their grind, they're an eclectic grind band, is so sick. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this sound, for them to dial the gain back even more. You know, the bands that we've been hearing so far in 2024, like Shock Withdrawal, who've only got one guitarist, sound absolutely massive, and the mixes are coming through hard and heavy and chunky and oppressive and loud. But these guys are going down a totally different route, and that's what makes them unique and different, dialing back their tele single coils to have an even more jangly, thin guitar sound. Crazy. There you go. We like these guys as well. They feature on the show quite regularly now, Slug, Gore, and I think this is a video where it shows the members of the band as well, so that'll be cool. This is featuring Fulci. The track is called The Deadly Spawn. Here we go.
It began with a meteor crashing to Earth. No one knew the mystery of the mutant spores it contained. Now, they are free. Blood
man, these guys came through with a video on this one. They've done some nice animated videos for us in the past, but that was a great high quality video from a grinding band. Yeah, really nice. Man, these had a nice sound to them as well, and particularly again because of that bass and because it was clean as well. The distorted basses and even basses in general aren't getting through today, but man, the clean bass on this one still had a rumble and a grumble and a kind of grizzle to it, but not in a distorted fashion. It was the rattle from the strings and the kind of cleanness rattle that came through. And it was a really nice thick bass tone, but with no distortion on it. And it just sounded great. It gave the whole mix a different, it gave it like that clean, sharp edge, but in a bassy way. Really, really nice. Great drumming, sick ride cymbal and sound in there as well. So yeah, these guys are coming through great. This is some hardcore for us to check out today. 2 tracks, but it's still only 2.5 minutes long. This is a new band to the channel, I think. PAPRIKA. It's Let's Kill Punk and Buzzzz. These guys sound great. Hardcore punk. Let's give it a spin. Another great bass tone in this one. Killing it. Loved it. Is that the end of it all though? No. That bass tone's killer, man. Absolutely loved it, man. We don't hear enough music like this nowadays. This is this old sound that you don't quite come across very often. These guys absolutely nailed it in 2024 still though. Loose and dirty, noisy sound, not sharpness or tightness to any of it. Just sounds analogy and kind of tapey and stuff as well. Really, really nice. Absolutely love the vocal in this one though. The effects on the vocal, the shoutiness, the drunken looseness as well, kind of shouting spoken word. You can tell he's got things to say and stuff to get off his chest. That's what hardcore's all about. Absolutely friggin' love it. Just absolutely great energy and sound from these guys that you just don't come across very often anymore. Love it. We're going to finish off with this one. This is a long one. This isn't a grinding track. This is a super dope modern death track by the sounds of things. We don't get this to come through very often, so we're going to enjoy it today. This is SWAMPBEAST with Valley of Defilement. Here we go. Love to hear that ride cutting through a mix like this. Man, that was a quick 4 minutes for me. I was absolutely engrossed in the sound and the vibe. And the video as well was really, really dope. Man, this is what I want modern death to sound like. Just heavy and oppressive, dark and low, fat, heavy, just like powerful coming towards you. Really thick, deep, guttural vocals, but with an airy highness to them as well that comes through, that balances it out. Really low tuned guitars that come through, sludgy almost, because they're so low tuned. The strings have got more flap to them. It's so I'm actually experimenting with at the moment. I've got my guitar tuned to B standard on just a standard neck, and the strings are really loose and flappy, and they just barely keep their tuning. You know, if you whack them too hard, they go whoa all over the place. But if you just kind of strum at the right amount, they stay in tune, but they've got that loose flappiness to them. Really great sound to come through the mix, and on guitars as well. And they captured it super nice on this one as well to go along with that bass, and it almost kind of bridges the gap. That's kind of, it's almost semi bass at that point. There's no real standard guitar in the mix at that point. It sounds so sick. But they brought in some nice sexy solo-y lead stuff over the top as well to add a bit more kind of atmosphere and emotion to the darkness. I thought it was absolutely great. It's what I love from modern death. It sounded absolutely super. There you go. That's it from me today. I hope you really enjoyed the 5 bands we put on today. We've not gone on too long, about 20 minutes. That's about right. That's about the maximum of people's attention span, I think. So if you've got to the end of the video, give it a like and all that jazz. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, think about subscribing. We're back every Monday with some heavy extreme music. We're going to be back again at least on Wednesday this week, with some more music to check out and reviews to do. So come back for that. We'll see you when we see you next. So hope you have a good one. Cheers. Bye.